What is good, YouTube? I am officially back with another video. I'm gonna redirect my content. Oh, sorry, let me turn my notifications off. What is good, YouTube? I hope everybody is having an amazing day today. Wake up, getting paid when I see the sun. We are here to change the world, and yeah, so I'm gonna jump right into the video. Y'all know I have a very intellectual mind, and I just feel like that's the type of content I want to stick to. I think there will be times, yes, I might make a separate channel for like the fun vlogs or like whatever the case may be, but I want to really stick to making content that helps people because I feel like I have a very, very good way of navigating life for myself, and I think I can help a lot of people navigate life as well. So today we're going to talk about feeling misunderstood, feeling like the black sheep, feeling alone, feeling like, you know, you just don't have anybody who's like you. Feeling like there's just nobody out there who's like you, and kind of feeling like almost sad and like disappointed in life because of that. I've been there and I have done that. I promise you, this is not something that you don't feel when you're someone who's chosen. I feel like when you are somebody who's chosen to be different, to live in their authenticity, to live in their uniqueness, there are going to be things that you do that people just don't understand, that they just can't reason with, that they will try to tell you is wrong, that they will just invalidate completely. And I had to realize that that is okay. And I had to realize that that's almost a compliment. As strange as it might sound, but people not being able to conceptualize your personality or have a full understanding of your personality doesn't mean now let me get this out of the way. Let me say this first. Understanding yourself is a key ingredient to this as well. So I'm going to start with, first you need to understand yourself. If you don't understand yourself, people won't have the ability to understand you. They can try their best, but at the end of the day, understanding yourself gives you a certain level of assertiveness in your life, a certain level of boundaries that you set, a certain level of just knowing of what you want, what you're going to accept, and what you're not going to allow. And so when you do understand yourself, it's really hard to feel misunderstood completely, because at the end of the day, people do have a level of understanding of who you are, because it just shows in the way that you live, the way that you maneuver, the way. So yes, first of all, you do need to figure out, like, do you even understand yourself, and do you give people the tools to understand you? Do you give people the tools to navigate your personality and be there for you and understand who you are? Sometimes people don't understand you because you're not an effective communicator, because you're not emotionally intelligent, because you're not vulnerable. You have to give people the tools to understand you. But if you have done all of those things, if you have worked and learned who you are, and of course it's a continuous journey, but some people don't know much about themselves at all. They spend all day with themselves and they don't even know who they are. But if you're somebody who has an understanding of who you are, what you want from this life, and you still might feel misunderstood and unvalidated and like no one is like you, that is because no one is like you. And that is beautiful. You are the first to come as you are, and you are the first to do what you do. And so people won't get it because they're not you. They're not having your experience. They don't have your perspective. They don't have the functionality of your brain. They don't have your DNA structure. They don't have the things that you have. So people not understanding you is actually a beautiful thing, because it shows, well, people not understanding how you do things, or why you talk how you talk, or why you believe what you believe, or why you dropped out of college, or why you went back to college, or why you dress how you dress. People might not understand that, but that is fine. That's okay, because people don't need to validate every moment of your life. That's nobody's job but yours. Your job is to understand yourself, to validate yourself, to love yourself, to accept yourself, to be there for yourself. It's beautiful when other people can do that for you as well, of course. It feels amazing. But it can't be something that if you don't have it, you don't feel like you anymore. You can't live your life on outside validation. You can't live your life hoping that everyone understands you. You can't live your life looking for validation from the world. It's cool if they do. It's cool if they don't. It's cool if they show you love and positivity. It's cool if they show you negativity and hate. And it's cool if they show you neither and just act as if nothing matters. So it's cool to get love. It's cool if you're neglected. It's cool if you're ignored. And it's cool if you get hate. It's just got to be okay. I'm not saying that you might not feel sad about it sometimes. I'm not saying that you might not get your feelings about it sometimes. You're not AI. You're human. Of course, there's going to be moments where You long for something that you might not be receiving, and you might have a moment where you feel like a little bit down about it, but it shouldn't be something that actually cripples you and holds you back and becomes a part of your personality. I hear people say all the time, I've had friends, I've had family members, I've seen it, people just consistently feed this narrative to themselves that no one understands me, I'm so misunderstood, you're never gonna understand me. It's like, that's okay though. Me not understanding you doesn't end the world. That doesn't mean I'm any less intellectual. Somebody not understanding you doesn't make them less intellectual. It doesn't make them less valuable. It doesn't make them know. It's just they might not see the world how you see it, and that is okay. And you have to be okay with that. People do not have to validate every move you make. And that's what the school system taught us. And that's what life taught us, was that we have to people please and we have to be accepted by others. But that's not true. People don't have to accept who you are. People don't have to validate who you are. People don't have to understand who you are. And that is not nothing to take personal. It's just knowing that you're living your authenticity, and that's something that's rare these days. Most people please all day. If you're someone who doesn't do that and you please yourself and you say no, people might look at you like, oh, they're weird or they're bougie, or that's fine. Let people look at you how they want to look at you. That's not your job. Your job isn't to be in everybody's mind figuring out why they think how they think, or why they do what they do, or why they feel how they feel. That's not your job. Your job is to figure that out for yourself. How do I feel? How do I think? What do I want? The people who come into your life and love you and are there for you, that's amazing. The people who come into your life and aren't there for you and hate you, that's just what it is. It's not to be taken personal to the point that you're just crippled in life. Love yourself enough to know that everything is always working out for you. And when you are living in your truth and living in your uniqueness and knowing that you're going to be a forever growing, learning person, a being, you realize that some people just won't understand you. But as long as God understands you, as long as you understand you, as long as you're learning to understand yourself, that is the most important thing. That is the number one priority. But a lot of you prioritize other people's perceptions, other people's feelings, other people's situations before you prioritize your own. Stop looking for validation outside of yourself. I tell myself that as well. I'm not perfect. There's times where I will get sad about certain things, or I wish things were different, but it's not long before I snap back into it and remember, God got me. God is here with me. God understands me. God loves me. God will heal me. God will reveal to me everything that I need. God will give me clarity. God will give me strength. God will give me every little minute thing that I could ever even wonder. God is capable of showing me how to achieve it, or just giving it to me in some type of way, in an opportunity, in a space, in a situation, whatever the case may be. I realize the power of having faith. Faith is everything, and when you live with faith, you stop looking to be understood. It's okay if you don't understand me. It's kind of cool when people are like, dang, she's different. She thinks different. Oh, why is she dressed like that? Oh, she just said this, but she dressed like this. Oh, she say she's spiritual, but how come she wear acrylic nails? Or why she got on lashes? Or why is she eating that? People pick me apart all the time. People come in my comment section and say the craziest things to me. If I let that move me, I wouldn't be who I am. A lot of you aren't who you could be. A lot of you aren't that highest version, highest potential of yourself, because you let people's perceptions and opinions stop you from growing, stop you from evolving, stop you from becoming the high level, authentic, loving being that you are. You have so much to offer this world. You have so much more than you even know, because you haven't even opened up enough with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. Sit there and say, I really gotta work on this. This is something I really don't like about myself, and instead of pointing the finger and blaming other people and feeling like, why is this happening to me? I need to really look at myself and evaluate, how did I get in this position? Or, I'm proud of myself. I'm really doing amazing. I'm really proud of the direction I'm heading in. There's so many conversations that you're missing out on with yourself because you want to have these conversations with the world. Because you want other people to give you the answers. Because you want your parents, your friends, your cousin, your best friend, your boyfriend, your dog, the celebrities on the TV, your phone, TikToks, YouTube, everything. You want everything to tell you. But how often do you really ask yourself those questions? How often do you ask yourself, what do I want? What do I feel? What makes me feel creative? What makes me feel in the highest flow? What makes me feel loved? What makes me feel like I'm fulfilled? What makes me feel like I'm progressive? What makes me feel like I'm adding value to this world? We're here to serve. You're here to serve. You're here to add value to the world and other people around you. And in turn, you will be adding value to yourself. That's what you're here to do. I'm here to serve. I'm serving Christ at that. I'm serving the Creator, the loving source of peace and happiness and all of this. And in doing so, I cannot live my life on outside validation. I cannot live my life hoping to be understood. I cannot live my life feeling like being the black sheep is gonna ruin me or tear me down or it's just the most biggest curse. It's just like anything in life. There's gonna be ups and downs. It doesn't matter what it is. It's gonna be moments where you might second guess yourself, where you might second guess other people, where you might second guess your situation. But the most important thing is leaning on Christ or leaning on God or leaning on the higher power or whatever you want to call it. I'm okay with you perceiving it different than me because I've been through phases when it comes to what I believe in. And so I understand that you might be in a space of figuring that out, navigating that, or you know exactly what it is and we're just different in that aspect. But I'm going to speak for myself and I'm walking with Christ right now. So that's where I'm at with that. But just having faith period is so important. And when you live in a faithful life with a faithful mind, there's just a level of security you have within yourself that even if somebody tells me I'm crazy, I'm able to stand there and say, that's fine if you think I'm crazy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Even if someone tells me I'm wrong and it's not going to work out for me, I need to be like, you know what feels so good? When someone says that to you and it doesn't even for a second resonate at all. Like when someone tells you, you know, that's not going to work out for you. And you're like, actually, buddy, it is going to work out for me. And you don't know what you're talking about. You're not me. You don't talk to God how I talk to God. You don't hear God's voice how I hear God's voice when I'm talking to God. You might talk to God, you might hear God's voice, but you're never going to hear it how I hear it because I'm not you. So you don't have to agree. You don't have to feel. You don't have to understand me. You don't have to accept me. You don't have to validate me. You don't have to round of applause me. You don't have to, oh my God, good job. You don't have to do that. But you do have to respect my boundaries. And that's one thing I would say. People do need to respect your boundaries, of course, if they're going to be in your life, if they're going to be in your space. But don't push people away and push the world away and get so down about life because you're just searching to be validated so much. We were raised to search for validation outside of ourselves, but I will ask you to see where that validation is within you. How much do you really validate yourself? How much do you really know and understand and love yourself and your mind? And how much are you working towards that? If you know that you're working towards it, that's one thing. But if it's something that you don't even ask yourself, that's a whole nother ballpark. You need to be asking yourself those questions. It's very important. But I love you. Thank you for watching. Just remember, it's okay if people don't validate you, if they don't understand you. Don't let it get you too down. It can hurt, yes. It's amazing when people are able to affirm us and lift us up and say, I understand you and I'm proud of you. But it just can't be the end of the world when people do the opposite. Or when people don't care at all. It's going to happen. There's going to be people who disappoint you. There's going to be people who don't reach your expectations. There's going to be people who just aren't you. But don't settle for that. I'm not saying just accept that. Like, get everything that you want out of life. Every single thing. No matter how crazy they say you are. No matter how much it doesn't make sense to them. Do it. Go after it. Because you deserve it. Because you love yourself. And just as you go hard for everybody else and you will try to make everybody else's dreams come true, make your own dreams come true. Even when you're watching YouTubers, you're watching Netflix, you're watching other people live their lives, you're making their dreams come true. They're wasting your time when you can be making your own dream come true. So do that. And I love you and we're going to change the world. And just thank you for watching. I love y'all. And pieces upon everybody watching this video. If you're watching this video, I feel like this was on your page for a reason. You clicked on it for a reason. You're here for a reason. Go ahead and drop down below any advice you might need, anything that you want me to, any topics you want me to touch on, just any type of video you want to see from me, let me know. And I will get that out for you ASAP. I love y'all. Let's keep growing together. And I'm just proud of everything that we're going to become as a team. So let's keep working as a team. I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share with somebody that you love, who you want to just spread some love to, who might be feeling anything, or who might just, you might not even know why you're supposed to send it to them, but it might be exactly what they need to hear. So yeah, let's just keep spreading love, and let's change the world together, as I always say. And I will see you in the next video.